A man's vision and determination shaped the destiny of an entire nation, bringing together divided lands and building wonders that still stand today. This man was Qin Shi Huang, the first emperor of China. Born during a chaotic time, Qin Shi Huang rose to become one of the most powerful figures in history. His rule changed China forever, from unifying warring states to creating iconic structures like the Great Wall and the Terracotta Army. But who was he, and what drove him to make such bold decisions? Let's take a closer look at his life and the impact he left on the world. Rise to power and unification of China. Qin Shi Huang was just a boy when he became king, but he was no ordinary child. Born into an era of relentless warfare, where rival states were constantly at each other's throats, he faced challenges that would have broken many. Yet, from a young age, he displayed an extraordinary determination and a mind sharp enough to outmaneuver even the most seasoned rulers. The land he inherited was in turmoil. The various states of China were locked in endless battles, each vying for control, each unwilling to back down. For years, these states had fought against one another, leaving the country fractured and its people exhausted by war. Qin Shi Huang knew that if he was to survive and secure his throne, he would need to achieve something no one before him had managed. He would have to unite these warring factions under one banner. But how could a young king, surrounded by enemies on all sides, hope to achieve such an audacious goal? Qin Shi Huang understood that raw power was only part of the equation. He began by carefully studying the strengths and weaknesses of his adversaries, using cunning and strategy to exploit their divisions. He formed alliances where it suited him, but he was always ready to turn against former friends if it meant advancing his cause. Every move was calculated, every decision weighed with the utmost precision. His military campaigns were swift and decisive. With each victory, Qin Shi Huang grew bolder, his confidence fueled by the knowledge that he was closer to his ultimate goal. He led his armies with an iron fist, showing no mercy to those who opposed him. The states that once seemed so powerful fell one by one before his relentless advance. Those who resisted were crushed, their leaders either forced into submission or eliminated altogether. But Qin Shi Huang's vision extended beyond mere conquest. He knew that in order to hold his new empire together, he had to create a sense of unity among the people. To achieve this, he introduced sweeping changes across the land. He standardized laws, ensuring that the same rules applied everywhere, no matter how distant the region. He introduced a uniform currency, making trade easier and strengthening the economy. Even the writing system was standardized, so that all of his subjects could communicate more effectively. These reforms were not just practical measures, they were tools of control. By making everyone subject to the same laws, the same currency, the same way of writing, Qin Shi Huang bound his empire together in a way that no one had before. The people may have spoken different dialects and followed different customs, but under his rule, they were all part of a single, unified state. The unification of China was a monumental achievement. Qin Shi Huang had turned a land torn apart by war into a cohesive empire, laying the foundations for what would become one of the most enduring civilizations in history. His methods were harsh, and his rule was marked by fear as much as respect, but the legacy of his reign is undeniable. Qin Shi Huang's rise to power was not just the story of a king becoming an emperor. It was the story of a man who refused to accept the world as it was and instead shaped it according to his vision. His unification of China was a turning point that changed the course of history, leaving a legacy that would influence countless generations to come. Monumental achievements and policies. Qin Shi Huang's reign is often remembered for his remarkable achievements, which have left an indelible mark on history. Among these, the construction of the Great Wall stands as one of his most ambitious projects. The idea was to protect his newly unified empire from northern invaders. This was not just any wall, it stretched for thousands of miles, across rugged mountains and vast plains, becoming a symbol of strength and endurance. The Great Wall was a massive undertaking that required immense resources and countless laborers, many of whom faced harsh conditions as they worked on this monumental structure. But the Great Wall was just one part of Qin Shi Huang's grand vision. He was determined to ensure that his empire would stand the test of time, and this led him to focus on another project, his own tomb. This was no ordinary burial site. Qin Shi Huang commissioned the creation of the Terracotta Army, a vast collection of life-sized clay soldiers, horses, and chariots, each one meticulously crafted to guard him in the afterlife. The Terracotta Army was buried near his tomb, an underground palace where the emperor would rest for eternity. Each figure in the army is unique, with different facial expressions and armor, reflecting the diversity of his real army. This extraordinary project showcases Qin Shi Huang's obsession with power and his desire to maintain control, even in death. Qin Shi Huang's achievements were not limited to grand structures. He was also a ruler with a strict sense of order and control. He centralized power like never before, bringing all aspects of governance under his direct command. This meant that laws were harsh and enforcement was strict. Any sign of rebellion or dissent was met with swift and often brutal punishment. His legal system was designed to keep the entire population in line, ensuring that no one could challenge his authority. His policies extended to every part of life in the empire. He standardized weights and measures, which might seem like a minor detail, but this had a profound impact on trade and daily life. By ensuring that everyone used the same systems, he eliminated confusion and made it easier for people to conduct business. He also standardized the currency, introducing a uniform coinage that facilitated economic transactions across his vast empire. These measures brought a sense of unity and consistency that was previously lacking in the fragmented states. One of the most telling aspects of Qin Shi Huang's character was his obsession with immortality. As a ruler who had achieved so much, the thought of losing his grip on power terrified him. He desperately sought ways to extend his life, sending expeditions in search of magical elixirs and consulting alchemists who promised him eternal life. This relentless pursuit of immortality reveals just how much Qin Shi Huang valued control, not just over his empire, but over life and death itself. However, this obsession also contributed to his downfall. The emperor's strict control and harsh policies bred resentment among the people, and after his death, the empire he had worked so hard to build began to unravel. Legacy and impact on Chinese history. Qin Shi Huang's death marked the end of a remarkable but turbulent era. His empire, unified under his rule, did not last long after he was gone. Internal conflicts and power struggles quickly led to the fall of his dynasty. The harsh methods and centralization of power that had helped him build his empire also contributed to its rapid decline once he was no longer in control. Despite the swift collapse of his empire, Qin Shi Huang's impact on China endured far beyond his lifetime. The changes he made to the structure of Chinese society and government were profound and lasting. The unification of China that he achieved laid the groundwork for future dynasties, which built upon the foundations he established. The centralized system of government he introduced became a model for subsequent rulers, shaping the way China was governed for centuries. The Great Wall and the Terracotta Army, two of his most famous projects, have become enduring symbols of his reign. The Great Wall, a monumental defense structure stretching over thousands of miles, still stands today as a testament to his ambition and vision. It continues to draw visitors from around the world, representing the strength and determination of the first emperor. Similarly, the Terracotta Army, with its thousands of intricately crafted statues, remains a remarkable archaeological discovery. It serves as a powerful reminder of Qin Shi Huang's desire for immortality and his impressive achievements in art and military organization. Qin Shi Huang's legacy is complex and often debated. Some view him as a visionary who transformed China, creating a unified state that paved the way for future prosperity. Others see him as a tyrant, whose methods were harsh and whose rule was marked by fear and repression. Regardless of the perspective, his influence on Chinese history is undeniable. The structural and cultural changes he implemented had a lasting impact, shaping the development of China for generations. Today, Qin Shi Huang is remembered as one of history's most significant figures. His reign, marked by both grand achievements and controversial policies, continues to be a subject of study and discussion. The monuments he built and the systems he established remain crucial elements of China's historical identity, reflecting the scale of his ambitions and the lasting effect of his rule on the course of Chinese history. Thanks for watching. For more intriguing stories and history, make sure to subscribe and tap the bell icon so you don't miss our next video. Trust us, you won't want to miss what's coming next.